Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here. Amazon has announced a brand new gaming service called Luna. Let's get started. Alright, to kick things off, if you have not heard of Luna, it's essentially a cloud gaming service very comparable to Google Stadia. Now, there are a number of differences between Stadia and Luna, but I will keep this at a pretty high level. First and foremost, with Stadia, you do have to purchase your games. They do provide a number of free games, but that number of free games is pretty slim. With Luna, it is a monthly subscription that gains you access to pretty much any game you want to play. It looks like they will have different channels, and you'll have to pay for whatever channels you want access to. For example, Ubisoft here, or Ubisoft, however you want to say it, will have their own lineup of games. If you want access to Ubisoft games, you have to pay that money to access the channel, and then it looks like you have access to all of their games. And the second big difference is that Luna runs on Windows servers where Stadia runs on Linux servers. And that is a huge difference for gamers. And keeping things at a high level here, Windows is pretty much the king for gaming on PC. And that's, with all respect to Linux, I love Linux. I think it's a better operating system than Windows, but that's just my opinion. Windows has a much wider variety of games compared to Linux. Now, for games to work on Google Stadia, if they're released on Windows, they have to be ported over to the Linux operating system in order to be playable. Whereas Amazon Luna here has the potential to have a much wider library, basically compatible with any games that are presently on Windows. Now, there are a lot of people who are currently saying that Luna is going to be a huge failure, and I can kind of understand where they're coming from here. Cloud gaming, I wouldn't say, is in a state yet where it can even remotely compete with console gaming or PC gaming or even mobile gaming. The biggest problem with cloud gaming is the fact that you need a fairly solid internet connection in order to enjoy the service to the fullest. If you have slow downloads or slow uploads, you're probably not going to have a good time. If you're not located close to where that game is being hosted, wherever that game server is, you're also probably not going to have a good time. There are a lot of factors that can really reduce the quality of your overall gameplay. Now, if your internet has a monthly data cap, you're probably not going to have a good time in general, gamer or no gamer. You'll probably hit that cap pretty quick if you stream a lot of Netflix, especially in 4K. You'll probably hit that data cap pretty quick if you insert a physical disc into a PS4 and have to download updates and patches for that game. And if you're trying to stream a game through Amazon Luna, you will be using 10 gigs an hour at 1080p. Now, do I think Luna is going to fail? I would say yes and no. I think Luna is a really great offering. I do support cloud gaming. I think it introduces gaming to a wide variety of audience who wouldn't normally be able to game. You don't need a console. You don't need a gaming PC. You don't need a whole lot in order to enjoy some of the best games on the market. And I say some of the best games because I don't really know the full list yet and whether or not Luna is going to keep up with that. But at the same time, it does make gaming a lot more accessible to a lot more people, especially if you don't want to invest in a lot of the expense that gaming can bring. This is a very cheap option to enjoy a lot. But on the other hand, network infrastructure across North America, for example, is nowhere at the level that it needs to be in order for everybody to enjoy this service equally. If you have amazing internet, then Luna might be amazing for you. But if you're out in the country and you don't necessarily have the best internet, or if you're in a small town and don't have the best internet, then you might not enjoy Luna very much at all. Right now, Luna has a massive uphill battle if it wants to compete against the PS5, Xbox Series X, Nintendo Switch, PC, or even an Android phone that install games locally. Games that are installed locally will more or less play better than a game that's being streamed. But anyways, that is all I've got for today. Like it or hate it, I think Luna is good for the gaming world, considering it does make gaming more accessible. Now it's only a matter of time to see whether or not it will be successful. Let me know in the comments below whether or not you think Luna is going to be a success or a flop. If you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button, check out my other videos. Thank you everyone, take care.